Properties are extremely important in algebra to try and solve equations, simplify, graph, factor. Let's review some of these properties. The associative properties are regrouping. If you notice here, I have A and B grouped, and then I have B and C grouped. This can be done for either adding or multiplication. The commutative property is more of moving. You notice here A is in the front, and then A is in the back. We can do this again for either addition or multiplication. The distributive property is very, very specific. It will distribute to everyone in a room, which is another way of saying that if there's multiplication on the outside and addition in the inside, then you can multiply what's outside to everything in the inside. A times B and also A times C. Please be aware that this only works for multiplication on the outside and addition in the inside. You'll have a lot of different statements as we go through this class where you would think you could use the distributive property, but you cannot distribute exponents, you cannot distribute logs or radicals. The only thing you can distribute is multiplication. The identity property is kind of like seeing yourself. If I add 0, I still have A. If I multiply by 1, I still have A. Those are the identities. Inverses are what you do to try and get rid of things. So if I have A, I can add negative A and it all goes away. If I have A, I can multiply by 1 over A, and then we'll have 1. So the inverses give you back the identities, and the identities give you back the same thing. The multiplication property of 0. We use this to solve problems that have too many variables in it. And it says that if you're multiplying by 0, you'll get 0 as an answer. So it is very important that when you're working through these problems, you make sure that 0 is the answer before you try and factor. We have a few other properties like the trichotomy property, and that's saying that only one of three things must be true. Either A has to be less than B, or A can be equal to B, or A is greater than B.